a gyaru romance anime based in the northernmost island of Japan that gives the main character a revelation to snot, cringy humor, and not one, not two, not three, but 4 gyaru waifus to pick from. This anime is Hokkaido Girls Are Adorable. Ever since My Dress Up Darling aired about 2 years ago, we've been getting a brand new gyaru romance anime at least once or twice a year. Last year it was Our Dating Story, and this year it's Hokkaido Gals Are Adorable. And it's pretty good. This anime is based in Hokkaido, and funny enough, it is very cold there typically. And one of the characters from Golden Kamuy is also from there. And like me, you probably didn't know where Hokkaido was in the first place. So if we take a look at the map of Japan, at the top is Hokkaido. And if we look at this arrow, this is where 90% of anime is based in. The main island of Japan called Honshu. Also, this is where I found out Japan is actually multiple islands and not just one landmass. So, what sets it apart from every other high school anime rom-com with a gyaru in it? I'll give you 3 seconds to answer. It has snow! Yeah, I clearly didn't think this through. To be honest, there's not much that sets it apart from the others. We meet the character called Tsubasa, who has moved from Tokyo to Hokkaido to live with his dad. And when he gets off the bus, he sees a gyaru in Hokkaido. And well, he freaks out because she is hot, as in good looking, not temperature.
Oh my god, that's the hottest female I've ever seen in my life. This is so skibbity. Apollo 11 is happening in my underwear right now.
Somehow this anime managed to make sneezing and having snot all over your face look hot. I don't know why that happened, but anyway, Tsubasa decides to ask her for directions to the place where he needs to go. And basically she's like, yeah bruv, it's really far away. So he just sits there and basically just starts talking to her while they wait for the next bus.
You liked Sonic the Hedgehog?
Hell yeah, dude.
What's your favorite Sonic game?
It has to be Sonic and Mario at the Olympic Games.
Sigma.
After this scene and a few more, we end up at the school and Tsubasa getting to his new class. And lo and behold, Fuyuki is also in his class and happens to be the one that you sit next to. And this is where Tsubasa finds out that an area known for being cold is in fact very cold. So Fuyuki gives him a spare blanket, and later when he gives back her the blanket, she decides to just straight up sniff the blanket. She didn't even bother waiting for him to go home or wait until she was at home. She was straight up sniffing it right fucking there. Like she's the goddamn animal control lady from Madagascar 3. And she's like, yeah, I'm sniffing this. Later on they walk home and she invites him around her house. And they end up watching a movie. And like me and you, we were probably expecting something spicy to happen because we watched too much hentai. Well, Fuyuki straight up falls asleep and Tsubasa leaves. In the next episode, Tsubasa and Fuyuki end up going to a winter festival, which is basically like if you take your weeb friend to an anime convention for the first time. We also get to introduce to Fuyuki's mom, and hot damn, she's hot as fuck, bro. Further on in this episode, Tsubasa and Fuyuki are both walking home. And then Fuyuki's just basically just teasing Tsubasa just like it's normal, typical anime rom-com stuff. And then they find a fucking stew fork. So then Fuyuki decides to just go inside it and then drag Tsubasa in it. And basically a bunch of like hentai noises start happening. And then he's like, okay, I'm just gonna get out now. He gets out now, and his grandma is there. And she has a very priceless reaction.
Grandma, I can explain.
You disgust me, you filthy heathen.
Ah, Tsubasa, you're way too quick. You should have enjoyed your first time for longer.
Now, onto the skiing episode where they all go to a school trip to a ski resort, which only makes me wish that I was able to go on one of these school trips when I was young. But no, I was too poor, so while everybody was having fun, I was stuck in school doing schoolwork. Anyways, this is where we are introduced to the second gamer gyaru wife of the anime, Sayuri Akino. And she can't ski, like Tsubasa. So while Fuyuki skis to our heart's content, they're stuck just learning how to ski. Lunch comes around. Tsubasa was supposed to eat in the dining area, but left his chopsticks in his bag. So he goes back onto the bus and gets greeted at the sight of Sayuri drying herself.
Shit! I didn't see anything.
Wait, I haven't shown you my gamer skills yet. I must tell you my tragic backstory now.
Okay then.
So listen good. I have a really bad case of gamer gun.
What the f?
She pulls out a Switch and begins to play it, and teaches Tsubasa how to play video games. Now this part shocks me because they made a male character who is not a gamer in a romance anime. What the fuck? In the next episode, Tsubasa has to go to school in a blizzard, And before he goes out, his grandma tells him this.
You filthy milk drinker, your weakness disgusts me. Real men face the great triumph of the blizzard head on. You either die a warrior or be rejected from the glory of Valhalla.
He makes it literally about 5 feet away from his house before getting a lift from Fuyuki's mother, and accidentally risen them both up at the same time. Anyways, now on to Valentine's Day. Ugh. Fuyuki runs into Sayuri at the store and helps her get chocolate from the store to hand out on Valentine's Day. Ugh. After this, Fuyuki makes some more chocolates at home to hand out, but unfortunately she ends up spilling up the stuff over it and ruins them all. Instead, she brings some chocolates in from the store. Now, at this point in the video making process, I realize I'm just summarizing the episode, so instead I'm just going to talk about the main important events. After finding out their exams are closing in, Tsubasa goes to the library to try to revise, and then meets this girl who is very intelligent, also in the intro wearing a ninja costume. And I thought that this character was going to be like a ninja character who's really obsessed with ninjas, but we find out 2 things about her. Number 1, she is somehow neighbors with Tsubasa and we've never seen her before. And number 2, she's a really big history buff and loves old Japanese clothes and things like that. Tsubasa asks her if he can do revision with her, and she agrees. And they go to study for the test. And as a reward, she wants to go out on a date with him. And while on this date, the gyaru MILF spots them. So Minami gets Sayuri, and then they both end up spying on Tsubasa and Reina on their happy little date.
What is this beta male doing?
I don't know, man. I'm just here to play arcade games.
They end up going to a movie and getting coffee until Minami and Sayuri accidentally ambush them, and then later the MILF arrives and they all get yakiniku. Later Tsubasa unfortunately comes down with a cold, and no, it's not from the yakiniku because if he was that sick from it, it would have caused food poisoning. He went ice fishing with Minami and one of his friends, and because they were outside in the cold for a little bit too long, he caught a cold. And why is it that literally every fucking anime character gets a cold and then leaves it bedridden for 2 days? That shit doesn't make any fucking sense. Anime characters must have some weak fucking immune system. So, anyways, the typical cliche where the main girl comes over to take care of it.
Do you have a history of mental illnesses in your family?
Nope.
Right, that's it. I'm injecting 55cc of black tar heroin.
Wait, what?
I now pronounce you legally dead.
Can I get a second opinion?
I'm such a good doctor.
Right at the end of episode 10, Minami tells Tsubasa that she has something important to tell him, and then to keep a day off free during Golden Week. So this day comes around and they end up going out on a date. They go to a place which is all covered in pink flowers and looks very Instagrammable, is what normal people would say. But I'd look at this and think, oh god, my hay fever is going to go into ultra attack mode. So this is where Minami tells Tsubasa the thing that she's been meaning to tell him, but she waits like all fucking day. She tells him that she's going to go and study abroad, and she gives him this big speech about making her a better person. Before she's about to finish, Tsubasa hugs her, which is much more than most romance anime characters ever do in one season, so damn, that's pretty good. Unfortunately, the 2 of them missed the last bus home, so they have to stay in a hotel together. And you probably think nothing's gonna happen because it's a romance anime. And yeah, you're absolutely fucking correct. But when Tsubasa wakes up the next day, he finds a note left by Minami. And she's also not in the room, which means one thing, she's gone. Tsubasa comes back home and temporarily becomes a Linkin Park fan.
I've become so numb, I can feel you there. Become so tired, so much more aware.
And so, Tsubasa decides to rush to the airport to meet Fuyuki. And he barely makes it just before she's about to get on a flight. And he gives her this hairpin thing and says her goodbyes to her just to find out she's only going for 2 weeks. Now, this is a situation that could have been totally fucking avoided if she just said that she's going for 2 weeks instead of giving him the assumption he's going to go for like 2 to 4 years to another country to study. I've got to say, out of all the gyaru rom-com animes that I've seen so far, this one is still pretty good. Like, it's not as amazing as some of the other ones, but I really like it. So if we think about this in terms of the big 4 thrash metal bands, My Dress Up Darling would 100% be like the Metallica of them. And then, because obviously it's the most popular one as the first one to popularize the genre. And then Our Dating Story would be like Megadeth, because it's a little bit more deep into relationship stuff and very technical, this, that, and the other. Which means Hokkaido Gals would 100% just be the Anthrax of this genre, because this is a bit, I think, is, well, I don't know why, I just thought it may be similar to Anthrax, I guess. I don't know, I don't listen to Anthrax. And then as for like the slayer of the group, I guess it'll be more than a married couple but not lovers. I think, because it's a little bit edgy. I don't know, I haven't watched that anime in a little while now, I forgot the plot. Also, this anime suffers from yet another thing that is very common with these types of animes. Sandpaper character syndrome, where the character has personality as sandpaper, and yeah, he's just a beta cuck. Also, like, all of the female characters, they're obviously very memorable because, well, who actually watches it for that guy there? Let's be real though, I mean, nobody fucking watches it for that guy. However, there are some pretty good beta male anime characters. So if you watch this video here about Shimoneso, you're about to see a very good beta male character. Anyways, thank you for watching and goodbye.